Welcome back to Algebra 1 Honors. Today we're going to talk about Lesson 3-6, which is using charts. Now I'm going to sort of reiterate what you've already heard in Lesson 3-4, and it's basically a game plan, a series of steps for solving word problems. Now, we know that as smart kids, you can probably do most of these word problems in your head. We also know that there will come a point where the problems are complicated enough that if you have not learned to organize your thoughts and come up with a step-by-step process, we know that the problems will get hard enough that you cannot do them in your head. We've taught this enough times to know that, okay? So please, bear with us. Show your steps. Learn the steps now. Write the steps down with the simple problems so that when we get to the really hard problems, you're not trying to do two things at once. Learn how to do the process and learn how to solve the hard problem, okay? So bear with us. So the first step is to read the equation. Read it at least 2 or 3 times, okay? Because you might miss something. Figure out, most importantly, what is it that the question is asking so that you answer the right thing. And then sift out what information is important, what information isn't important. Maybe draw yourself some pictures. I'm a very right-brained person, so I always have a picture. Then figure out what your variables are. What we're going to add today is charts. Charts is just a way of organizing information, as are pictures. So, I mean, you might want to use both. All right, so we're going to be looking at a series of problems, 3 of them. The first one is problem number 5. Okay, so this is problem number 5 that we're going to do first on page 123. Okay, so I'm going to read the problem. You can read it in your book. It says, find the number of calories in an orange and a peach. So what we want to know is blank calories in an orange and blank calories in a peach. Okay? That's what we want to find. That's what the problem asks for. Now, then it says, gives us information. So at that point it says an orange has 30 calories more than a peach. Okay? So here's my orange, don't laugh. Okay? Here's my peach. Okay? It says an orange has 30 calories more than a peach. So we need to pick some variables. Our unknowns are how many calories a peach has and how many calories an orange has. That's what we're trying to find. So I'm going to choose a P, variable P. Okay, so calories in a peach. Okay, number of calories in a peach, that's going to be letter P. Now, some problems, when we get a little further along in the book, you're going to have more than one variable. Okay? But in these problems in the very beginning, you're probably only going to have one variable because they're going to give you a relationship between the 2 variables so that I can come up with a name for the number of calories in an orange as it relates to the number of calories in a peach. Okay? So my other expression, though, that I need, the other piece of information in the problem is the number of calories in an orange. And let's reread. It says, an orange has 30 calories more than a peach. So if a peach has P calories, maybe P's 10, maybe it's 30, okay? An orange has 30 more. So however many the peach has, which is P, we add 30 to that, because that's more, 30 more, to get our calories in an orange. Okay? Now, then we have another sentence in the problem. It says, number 2, 13 peaches have as many calories as 7 oranges. Okay, now here's where a chart might come in handy. Okay, because there's a lot of information there. So we're going to have a chart. Okay? And you're going to come to find out that most of our charts have usually like 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay? So, over here, and there's usually going to be a multiply right here in almost all of them, and an equal here. So if you forget, try that. It probably will work. Over here we have our items. Well, we have peaches, so we're going to put a peach here, and we have oranges. Put an orange there, okay? And this is calorie per 1 piece of fruit. Okay, so for 1 peach, it has P calories, and for 1 orange, it has P plus 30 calories. Okay, now we have to go back and reread again. See, this is about the 3rd time I've read this problem. Read it a lot. Okay, it says 13 peaches have as many calories as 7 oranges. Okay, I got 13 peaches, so I'm going to put 13 here, okay, and 7 oranges. So this is calories per fruit. This is number of pieces of fruit, okay? Okay, and this is going to be total calories. Okay, so if I have 13 peaches and each one is P calories, let's say that's 10. 13 times 10 would be 130 total calories. If each piece was 5 calories, 13 times 5 would give me 65 total calories for the peaches. So this is going to be a product. We're going to multiply. So my total number of calories that the peaches are going to contribute is 13 times P, because I have 13 of them, times P calories each. Okay, and then the same thing down here. This is going to be a little more complicated because I'm going to have 7 times, in parentheses, P plus 30. Because that P plus 30 is how many calories the orange has. Right? And we don't know an exact number here, right? Because we don't know how many calories the peach. So now we've got our information nicely organized. Now then, let's read it a 4th time and see what it says. It says that 13 peaches have as many calories as 7 oranges. Okay, so we have 2 things that are equal. Okay, the number of calories in 13 peaches, that's right here. That's the number of calories in 13 peaches. And so our equation is going to be the number of calories in 13 peaches, our book tells us, is equal to the number of calories in 7 oranges. So oranges obviously have a lot more calories, right? Because there are fewer of them here. So here's the number of calories in 7 oranges. So these 2 things are equal. And there's our equation. Now, next step, solve the equation. So we've read the problem 4, maybe 5 times. We've picked out our variables and we've chosen letters that remind us of what they stand for. P is for peach. How many calories in a peach? Right? We've organized our information in a chart and we've written our equation by translating the sentence in the book into mathematical symbols. Now we have to solve it. Okay, 13p equals 7 times p plus 30. We have to distribute. Okay, 7 times p gives me 7p. 7 times positive 30 gives me plus 210. So I have 13p equals 7p plus 210. I'm going to put all the peaches over on this side. So I'm going to subtract 7p here, subtract 7p here, I get 6 peaches is equal to 210. Okay, but I want to know what 1 peach, the calories in 1 peach is, not 6. So I have to divide by 6 to undo the multiply. Okay, and I get 1 peach has, let's see, 335. All right, 35 calories. Okay. Now I look over and see, what was my problem asking me for? Well, that's one of the things it was asking me for. I now know how many calories in a peach. Also need to find how many calories in an orange. Well, an orange was 30 calories more than my peach, so if I add 30 to that, I get 65. Now I need to go back to the original problem in the book, not what I have written over here. Because if I made any mistakes copying, transcribing, or I misread something, I'm not going to catch my mistake if I reuse what I've already written. So I go back to the book, and I check to make sure that my 2 answers work. Okay, I read the problem. It says, an orange has 30 calories more than a peach. Here's an orange. 65 is 30 more than 35. Check, that sentence works. 13 peaches have as many calories as 7 oranges. 13 peaches, let's see, 35 times 13, I'm going to get what? 105, 35, 455 calories. That's 13 peaches. Have as many calories as 7 oranges. 35, what? 65. My bad, 65 is the orange, times 7. Okay? 7 times 5, 35, carry the 3, 42 and 3. Ah, it checks. Okay? So, going back to the original problem, I check to make sure that my 2 answers actually work. Okay? So this is an example of using a chart to help yourself organize information and to do a problem step by step. Okay?